Has this ever happened to your Qualcast? I don't know whether you can see it there very easily, but what's happened, this has shattered and broken off, and it tends to happen with all of these lawn mowers with time. Over the time this plastic gets brittle and it will snap, and you're putting quite a lot of strain on here, but all's not lost, because I'll show you how it can easily be fixed. It's quite interesting when you see these, if you see these lawnmowers for sale on the famous auction website, and if you zoom in, you will often see this area all bandaged up with tape and strings and all sorts of things to try and hold that together. And it's a dead giveaway that the same thing has gone here. But as I say, they're relatively simple to replace, and we'll show you how to do it. So let's start by having the old one off. Very simple. There's just a bolt goes through here and holds it on. So let's take that one off. What you've got is just a crosshead here, and a bolt on the other end. So if you've got a socket spanner, great. The one I'm using is a 10mm, so that'll give you an idea of what you're looking for. So take this off. It comes out fairly easy. Oops, that's off. Okay, just let that drop down. Okay, the next one to come out is, this is just a clamp that holds this into position. Dead easy, so all we can do, just slacken this clamp off. No need to take the whole thing right out, just enough. That will come out. And I'll just turn you down a little bit more. You see it's fixed on through there. So it's just a case of jiggling it round. Oops, a daisy. Jiggling it round till it comes out. There it is. That's out. Right, you can see the problem why these break, because you're putting quite an enormous strain on two little bits of plastic. What you're doing is all the forces that are coming are being held by that, and eventually that will fail. You know, it will fail eventually, and this is probably about one of the weakest components on these lawnmowers. It really is an Achilles heel. Now, there's a few suppliers, because I've gone through this process a couple of times, and this one actually has a part number on. Where are we? Don't know whether you can see that. Well, there is a part number on there, and I did track the part number down and ordered one through that part number. So here's the new one. Okay, that's all ready to go. Now, the only downside is, and I've ordered these from a few places in the past, and they all seem to have one thing in common. The way this is positioned, and this must be a case with the newer mowers, is that the slow running and the fast running is the opposite way round to the way they used to be on these. See, on my old one the slow running is that way and fast is that way, but on the new ones the fast is there and the slow running is the other end. Now that could be a little bit inconvenient, so what I've done, I've actually done away with that and sort of turned it round. There it is there, it's redundant. It's not a deal breaker. If you flip it round, you can still have it working the same way that you like to have it. So this is one I ordered using that part number I had. Now, I've ordered them in the past from another supplier, and with this one, again, it's a generic thing that you probably get. And the only difference with this one is it comes with a very, very, very long cable, so you've got to shorten it yourself. It's not a real biggie. These are quite easy to shorten. You can just slice through these, because unlike the originals, oops, if we zoom in there, unlike the originals, these are just a very thick plastic tube, where the original is basically a spring with a sheath wrapped around it, so they're a little bit harder to cut through. But these, if you get this type, I say this is about twice the length of cable that you actually need. But if you do get this type, you can measure what the new one needs to be off the old one. I say they're relatively easy to put right, and you can cut through this plastic quite easily and just cut this to length. The only other thing you have to do is just form that end again. So to reassemble, it's just really putting it back together the opposite way you took it apart. So first of all, we'll thread in this dog leg through that little hole. There's a little hole there that we took it out of, and the dog leg sits in there. And for now, we'll just tack that through there for a second, just to keep it in, stop it springing out. Okay, coming to the other end, I'll just fix this onto here. I'll get my bolt. Yeah, I think that was the way. Yeah, probably. Get my bolt, pop it through there, and the nut. It's a self-locking nut you'll find on these, so you probably need you need a screwdriver just to support it as you're screwing it in. Tighten them up. Perfect. Now, what you really need to aim for, let me take you off the tripod, is, and this is the, really this is probably this is the killer for these, because you ideally need to keep this almost at right angles, or say right angles to each other, a nice ground. You don't want any sharp bends in this. What you don't need to do, what you shouldn't do, is use one of these clips here to hold this down, because what that does, that puts an enormous force just on that little bit of plastic. But this is the kill switch, and what's going to happen when this is down in that position, this, let's move it a bit so you can see, I'm trying to do this one-handed. If I jiggle that up and down, that there just needs to touch, like a little wire hook there. I'll get in as close as I can. There's a wire hook there, and that leads to, that takes you to the magneto, and that will basically cause a short circuit and it will stop the engine. So you really just need to adjust the kill switch, just tweak it round so it just touches there, like that. It's just about there. When that is in that position. Now with that just touching, we can nip up this bracket, this holder here, can be tightened up. Good tighten, nice and tight. Oops. Always advisable to use a socket type spanner on this. Right, so that is now held tight. So when we, let's just right down there so we can see what's going on. Zoom in a little bit more. Right, so as I pull this, you can see it now. There's this body just touching, oops, that little wire, and that stops the engine. So when we start the engine, first thing we do is move this. That's gone to one click, and what that's done, that has now moved this body away from that kill switch. So now we've got a circuit for ignition and the engine will start. And so when we stop the engine, So obviously as we open the accelerator or open the throttle, that will open more, like so. And when we push down, that will cut the engine. So there we are, all done. New throttle cable, well, new throttle cable and the handle fitted. And I say that works in the same position that I prefer it in. If you want to show the little patterns on there, it means you'd be working the other way around, so that would be in the shut position. So if you're happy working that when you want your little graphics on there, that's what you'd have to do, but I still prefer to have it in that position, and I'm going to sacrifice showing the graphics, just my thing. So there it is, fitted, relatively simple job, and you are all good to go. And we'll see you again very, very soon.